My name is John Passfield. The title of this reading will be John and Santa, the Cowboy Shirt, Video 1, Driving Home. So here is the novella, John and Santa, the Cowboy Shirt, a novella by John Passfield. That's me. That's a photo of me as an elementary student, originally black and white, but my son had it colored. Here's the summary on the back cover. As writer John Passfield is driving home from a December book discussion meeting and thinking about the Christmas topics that were discussed, in particular Dickens, who wrote a novella that transforms the world's conception of Christmas, he suddenly finds himself sitting in a sleigh, pulled by Rudolph and 8 tiny reindeer. What an excellent opportunity to ask Santa about a 70-year-old puzzle, the mystery of the missing cowboy shirt. Well, that is a picture of me in a cowboy shirt, but it's not the one that was missing. So we'll see if Santa can figure out where the cowboy shirt went. Everybody wore cowboy shirts in those days. They were the action figures of the day. But that particular cowboy shirt was never found. Okay, here's a summary on the inside of the title page. This is a true story, the outer frame, that is, the drive home. Author's note. The December 2021 meeting of the Second Thursday Book Discussion Group took place in a meeting room at St. John the Divine Church in Cayuga, Ontario, Canada, on Thursday, December 9th, in the second year of the COVID-19 pandemic, during the surge of the Omicron variant of the virus. So, a true story in its outer frame, fiction in the inner story. In Chapter 1, John's driving home from the meeting, and as he does so, he thinks of a number of topics. So the chapter has a number of segments, what I call image units. Each of these segments or image units could range from 1 sentence to 3 paragraphs. I'm going to read 12 image units from Chapter 1. So let's have a look then. Driving home from the meeting. Very enjoyable afternoon. The topic, of course, was Christmas. It's our December topic each year. Nice to get together at the restaurant and the presentations and discussion at the meeting room at the church. 15's a pretty good number, what with COVID precautions and all. No agenda, just what everyone cares to say. It's the time of the year for memories. We all talked about Christmases past. I told him about my son and the reindeer teeth, and the one about the boy with the Santa beard. There's 2 stories that will be told during the novella. Everyone had a story to tell. Smaller gatherings now with the COVID pandemic. Christmas time is more for kids than for adults. Okay, then we turn the page. Working on polishing my novel. Be nice to get home and get back to work. Nice to finish it before the end of the year. Nothing nicer than having a complete rough draft to read. Always searching for better words. I get up every morning and read it again and again. Nice to have a choice of future topics. Soon I'll get the urge to start the whole writing process again. Well, there's a lot of nices in there, and the topic is finding better words. Thinking about Charles Dickens. Almost Christmas time again. How could I call myself a writer? Look what Dickens was able to do. He wrote a book that created Christmas as we know it today. I wasn't sure what topic to take to the meeting this time. I knew what I wanted to talk about, but not which carol I wanted to read. A vague memory of presenting Silent Night a couple of years ago. The idea that the carol is presented entirely in character and scene. A Christmas Carol as a film, a series of images as visual as a dream, the kind of thing that we used to color in Sunday school. Hard to believe how it could have happened. About my mom and the cowboy shirt, how old would I have been about that time? It was a mystery that would have baffled Sherlock Holmes. So his mind is just moving around over all these topics that were discussed as he drives home. Driving home from the meeting, can't wait to get back to work. Shakespeare and Cleopatra. Plenty of thoughts as I polish each page. How one of the main characters is real and one is not. Well, think of John and Santa in terms of real and not real. But then, the complications. Both are real, and both are not. Both of them have been created by me. Excuse me. I'll have to get it down from my shelf. I haven't read that book for years. Christmas Goose and the Giving of Presents, Christmas Cheer and a Blazing Yule Log. Does Dickens ever mention Santa Claus? One presentation was of family postcards with Christmas greetings from as far back as 1905. Another one was on the Krampus. I had no idea what it was. The one I decided to do was King Wenceslas. There's a million ways to think about Christmas time. I'd love to write a Christmas novel if I had an idea. I suppose I'd be about 7 or 8 or 9. Memories mingle and interlayer. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by Gene Autry was a brand new song at that time. The family would gather at our house for dinner. Grandpa would light the Christmas cake. I'd be glancing at all the presents under the tree. But even that's ambivalent. Both of them have been created, but only partially by me. They were both created before I came on the scene. Then they recreated themselves, as much as anybody can. Cleopatra recreated Cleopatra. Shakespeare recreated himself. Then Shakespeare recreated her to suit his purposes. And then I came along and recreated them both again. Mom searched and searched in the cupboards. It was a mystery for all of time. It was a present that I never received. But here's the thing that's even more baffling. There's a photograph of me in a cowboy shirt. Well, as I said, yes, there's a photograph of me in a cowboy shirt. But it's not the missing cowboy shirt. Let's hope Santa can figure out where it went. I've just read the story, the situation, from Chapter 1. This novella is what you'd call a frame story. This means that Chapter 1 and the final chapter, Chapter 10, have a different setting, a different situation than the inner chapters, Chapters 2 to 9. In the inner chapters, John meets Santa Claus and travels with him on his sleigh a few weeks before Christmas Eve. In the outer chapters, John has attended a book discussion meeting in which everyone brought an item, such as old Christmas cards, and everyone discussed their personal experiences of Christmas, including memories of the past Christmases. As John drives in his car, he thinks of many of the elements of Christmas past and present that were discussed at a meeting that he's just left, and thinks about the way Christmas has been portrayed in literature. In particular, he thinks of Charles Dickens and his novella, A Christmas Carol, and this leads John to think about how our ideas of Christmas are introduced to us and shaped in our minds. Unspoken, of course, but present, nevertheless, at a deeper level of John's mind is how all ideas are created, disseminated, and shaped. Christmas is a myth, an idea pattern in the mind into which many thousands, possibly millions of details can be fitted to enhance, shape, and even change our ideas. So, the overall question then, with Christmas as an example, is how do humans interact with their own ideas? Once again, this is my novella, John and Santa, the Cowboy Shirt. There's more information about the novella on Amazon. You can have a look there. My publisher's website is rocksmillspress.com, rocksmillspress.com. More information there. And there's more information on my website, johnpassfield.ca, johnpassfield.ca. 2 books, 2 free books, not for sale. All you do is go to the icon of the planning notebook for this novella and click on it. Go to the journal for this notebook and click on it, and you'll get the text. It's yours to read for free. I discuss Christmas, Dickens, novels, novellas, myths, all sorts of things, as a reflection on the writing process, as I experience it as I write the novella. So have a look if you're interested. John Passfield, all one word, Lastly, thank you for watching this video.